Well, hello, beautiful people. How's everyone doing? So this is just like a little video. Um, just letting y'all know how everything's going. Wondering how everyone else is doing. We are almost through January of 2023, and it's been great for me. Time's just been flying by. I go to school and I work, so Monday through Friday, I'm gone about 18 hours a day, so time flies. But with the colder seasons coming in, I've been having a lot of pain. So that just reminded me what exactly did I take going back to having withdrawals and getting off kratom, because now I'm about, I think, 9 or 10 months completely clean off kratom, which is fantastic. And I hope you guys that want to get off of it is also going down this journey, and I hope most of you have been successful, because it's great. It's good to be a free man and women. But for the ones, again, I've seen your guys's, I read every single comment. I try to respond to every single one of them. For the people that have zero effect and could quit whenever they want, good for you. That's awesome. But unfortunately, we're not all like that. Like myself, I have a very addictive personality. So when I love something, I really love something, and kratom was something that I absolutely loved, and helped me out doing all that stuff. But we all know that story. I'm not going to keep repeating it. But what I am going to talk about is how what I was taking to get off of it, and things that might help you guys. Again, all of our body chemistries are very different, so I don't know. It could be something that works for someone and be absolutely reverse effects for another person. But for me, coffee. So for me, exercise. Even though I'm still kind of a thick boy, just exercise is good. Sweating, get sweat. I sat in a sauna. My wife's the one that was actually like, go sit in the sauna. We'll do that. My first time I went to a steam room, and my Odin, that was brutal. But it felt good. But next time I went to the sauna. But exercise. Always good to have exercise. Even if it's just a little bit, don't dog yourself down if you didn't do a whole lot, getting out there, doing anything. I noticed today is such a very toxic world, and it's so fun to make fun of anybody, but honestly, it's like you see, that larger person at the gym working out, or that scrawny guy trying to lift weights. Like, we need to stop dogging on people, honestly. They're making that effort. They're making that first step, man, and that's more courage than most people have. Just like when you're quitting kratom, I've seen a lot of people. Even when I was trying to decide, I see people both ways. Oh no, it's not good for you, and then other people's like, oh no, it's all in your head, and kratom's great for you. Blah blah blah. Again, my own personal beliefs. You guys know. You guys obviously keep coming back, which I really appreciate you guys. Again, even hearing one person saying I helped them is just absolutely mind blowing, and it's I really appreciate it. I mean, I'm just a dude with freaking face tats, so I don't know. It's absolutely crazy, and I'm glad I could help people, and I hope people help themselves, because that's really the most important factor here. But like I was saying, it definitely is addictive. Might not be for everybody, but for obviously a large majority of people, it does get addictive. I feel like anything can get addictive if you're constantly taking it time and time again. With that being said, some people could break that habit. For me, it was really hard. I was just sick of it. I was working at the same time, and that was really hard because I was shaking and I wasn't feeling good. Obviously, it wasn't as bad as when I quit heroin or when I quit taking pills. I took a lot. I was taking 180 milligram oxys a month that were prescribed to me. And it got to the point where I was chewing those bad boys up, and I started just buying them off the streets. Sorry. my front door is this way. There's a lot of construction going on. So, and that was bad. That was bad. That was real bad. Again, didn't care about anything. No sex drive, no nothing. Couldn't go to the bathroom. It was terrible. Probably the darkest time of my life. But that being said, now everyone is taking like what is it called? Xanax. It's weird to me because I was prescribed Xanax when I was younger. I'm 33 now, so when I say younger, I mean like in my 20s. Oh man, time's flying. But yeah, I would never take. I don't like how that makes me feel, and it's crazy because people are using that as like a party drug now, which is beyond me. It's absolutely astounding to me that people take that and then function. But whatever, each its own. Where was I going with that? Oh, right. And it has rocked my memory also. But being off, oh yeah. Going back to that, being with the like the withdrawals and stuff. It's not as terrible because I get this, like, well, I was on all this drugs and blah blah blah. I understand, man. This isn't the video for you, okay? I'm not talking about you. If you've done a bunch of heroin, Suboxone, and all these pills, we understand that. This video is for the people that's never were fortunate enough to not travel down that dark path like we have and caught up in that. Because again, I remember a time, me being 33, where you had a headache, you would go to the doctor and be like, oh, here's Vicodin, here's Oxycontin, you know what I mean? It was nothing. It was just, they were just handing them out like candy. And now all of a sudden, big farms like, oh man, all these people are dying, we gotta shut it down, you know. I personally hate big farm. Big farm is not your friend. It's not our friend. But that is another topic for another day. Keeping this on the straight and narrow. But yeah, this isn't a video for you. We get it. You were a heroin addict and you were able to kick it, and awesome, good for you. I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of you. I hope you're off the drugs and I hope you're staying off them. But for the people that's never experienced this, kratom withdrawals could be absolutely a living hell, and it's no walk in the park. Okay, it really isn't. Again, I'm not comparing this to hard drugs, but when you can't sleep, for me, it was mainly mental, man. My mind was just, it was so up and down. I mean, I would watch something and it would just like damn near on the verge of tears, and it was just stupid. It was like a pregnant lady. But then I'd be happy and then awesome, and then that just depression just creeped right over me, and that's not something I enjoyed. You know, it's that constant mental battle, and then thinking I wasn't good enough, and then thinking, oh my God, my wife's gonna leave me, or my kids don't love me, like just stupid irrational stuff that I knew wasn't true. But whatever kratom does to your DNA and your chemistry really really fucks with you, to be quite honest. But that's my personal experience. Of course, the restless leg was absolutely insane. I have a lot of nerve damage, so that was just that pure fire, man. That pure fire running up and down. Couldn't sleep, tossing and turning all night. That was terrible. I know my wife hated that too. But sorry, construction next door. But I mean, once he got over, for me, yeah, like I said, exercise, vitamins. I drink an like emergency type drink every single day. I'm not trying to brag or anything, but you know, something. All this winter stuff, I have not been sick in like 2 years. Knock on wood. I got a wood table, so there you go. Not saying that it'll make you invincible, but your immune system is such a key part of it. You want to stay healthy, mentally and physically. Mentally is probably the biggest thing, because as we see, if you are living in America, and I'm sure most of the world, mental health is a very big issue in this country, and we ignore it so much, and we just let people go. Again, we're in this weird age where people rather get instant gratification by complete strangers online than actually fix yourself. You know what I mean? I see people oh, well, I wish I had this. Oh, this person on Instagram, this person on Facebook. When it's like, really, all that stuff is staged and set, and it's all fake. I know you've seen. A good thing is following this page called Influencers in the Wild, because you could see how bullshit all it is. Because you go in, like, oh my god, some hot guy or some hot girl, oh my god. And then really you get off, and then they go back to their normal shitty life. Because we're all humans, Sorry. Sorry about that. Clogged up there. People just need to stop worshiping humans. Honestly, it's really not. It's really not something to be proud or brag about. I mean, celebrities too. Don't worship celebrities. They're probably the worst human beings there are. Honestly, there's very, very few select good ones, but. And if we learn anything from Hollywood, is that everyone's on drugs and everyone cheats on each other, and that's not a good role model for us or our children. I have daughters, and I do not want my kiddos to ever look up to any of these people because they are just terrible, and I don't want my daughter to think that posting half naked is a way to get attention from anybody at all, because that is not the way. We have gone so far. Before I say this, I am not very religious in the modern Western religions. I follow a path called Astru, or pagans for the cringe people out there. But I'm not like, oh my god, I'm a white witch, I'm gonna put a spell. Not like that. Like, I follow the old ways, the old gods. I'm Norwegian and German, so not saying that has to do with anything, but that's just my path. But I purposely moved here to Tennessee to get around more religious thinking people. Not because I'm not saying they're good. I mean, we've seen plenty of bad that's come from organized religion. Jonestown, Waco, all these other random cults, and these extreme. But those are extremists. I don't want to lump them up as one. But at least with that faith and views is that people actually have morals, and that's something that I think as a modern society today we are lacking massively of, to be quite honest. And that's why I came out here. That's why I went to a trade school, because I want to be a welder, I want to make money, and I want to be my own boss, and I just want to go get a nice chunk of land and raise some freaking cows and some chickens and some goats, and just get a little homestead for the fam. Which is funny because I grew up in Las Vegas, so it was a very big city, and especially now, if anyone has seen Vegas from the 80s to now, it is a massive city compared to what it used to be. But I've lived all over. Lived in Denver, lived in Portland, lived all over Colorado. Here we are. California, I've lived there. That was terrible. Montana, Utah. Anyways, it doesn't matter. I've lived quite a few places. So now, in my beautiful young age of 33, I've decided I want to go and get a farm and go homestead it. Unfortunately, with all of this inflation and all of this bad leadership of our country over the last 10 years, since Bush really, Jr., it's just all been bad. So it's really hard because things are just getting harder for everybody. And I feel like the pressures of today's society are just like clumping up more and more and more and more and more. Because on one end, you see people like being YouTubers and doing this stuff, which this is also sad that this is where we've gotten, that are doing stupid stuff and they're making millions of dollars. So I'm seeing these young people being stupid, literally selling their souls for millions of dollars and then blowing their money. It's like crazy. Like, these people are living in mansions and they have 10 Lamborghinis, and it's just weird that the society now is like, everyone wants to be rich, right? I get that. I don't want to be filthy rich. I want to be able to have a nice safety net, have some land, because I don't want a nice house. If I had 100 acres and a little trailer on it, a little double wide, I'd be fine with that. I would take that any day over a 67 square foot, 6,700 square foot mansion with 60 cars in like the city or something. That's not something I want. People measure wealth and money, and I find that very wrong. I grew up very poor. I've been very wealthy at times. That was in my old days, doing not so favorable things, but I made a lot of money doing it. I made a lot of money, but I paid a lot with that also. But I've been very poor at times. Years ago, when I first had kiddos, my phone was constantly off. I was always not being able to pay 2 or 3 bills a month. I would always push out how far I could go before my powers turned off, before anything like that. And it's just wild because, we worship these young people or even older people that are super rich that really don't care about you. They just want your views, your time, your everything so they can be rich. And then they blow it all. And then on the other end, you have people that are, basically selling their bodies for online. Like, it's crazy to me that a woman and men, like, they'll sell their whole bodies spread open, butt naked, for like $3 a month. It's just mind blowing. But again, that's my own personal opinion. As you can see, I'm not very. I've been called a right wing conservative, but I mean, does this look like it? No, man. I just grew up in the 80s and 90s, man. I have morals and values. Might not look like it, but I do. I just want the best for my kiddos, and if once you have that, that's how you want to go. And that's another main reason I quit, because my daughter's getting older, and she was the one that was like, "Oh, well, we can't go. Dad needs to bring his green powder." She knew that I had to bring all this stuff with me just to go out and have a family day, and that really hit me right in the feelers, and that's not what I like. I don't like to be looked at like that. So that was another big one. It's just sad when your kids see it like that. Again, everyone raises differently. I had a really, really rough upbringing. Not really much family around. I had my grandma and grandpa, thankfully, but yeah, my dad died when I was really young. My mom wasn't really around. She cared more about her career and men than she did raising a family, and she let us know that quite a bit. So I don't want to do that, because I don't want my kids to grow up to get face tats and go to prison and do all that stuff like I did. So yeah. So yeah, this is just the way I think. I know I just ramble. I don't edit any of this. I'm sure you guys could tell. I just go on and blah 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 blah. But yeah, get off that topic. If I hope everyone that has said in my comments that they're quitting, I really hope they quit. I really hope they actually watch this video, because I mean, it is a big thing to do. Get plenty of exercise. Drink water. All I do is really drink water. Besides coffee, it's just water, water, water. Take plenty of vitamins. I mean, take care of yourself. Don't get the flu shot, because that's bullshit. Don't get the flu shot. Again, don't get any of that. But take vitamins. Good supplements. Eat good. Eat organs. Eat livers. Or just the supplements. They are so good for you. So do that stuff. That'll wean you out. And remember, you need to fight your mind, because you are stronger than that. I don't care how weak you think you are. Every single person is stronger than they absolutely think they are. And I'm living proof, because I have been down and out, and I have probably the most addictive personalities I've met. And if I could do it, you could do it. And that's all I got. All right, I'm going to stop rambling. I'm sure you guys don't like all these unhinged rants, but I hope everybody has a wonderful day. Like, seriously. I see your comments. I love it. I really appreciate the people that do, and I engage with you guys. I love hearing the feedback. I love hearing what you guys have been through, how strong some of you guys are, how weak some of you guys are. And yeah, I mean, keep it coming. It's crazy that this many people actually know I exist and care to even talk to me. So, all right, old crowd's doing good, man. All right, well, blessed be. It's Friday. I have the day off, thankfully. My fam's out running errands, and I'm worried once they get back, we're gonna go do something. All right, everybody, stay good. Love y'all. Crowd out.